Shalom, Call Halayim La, Allah Hayanawa, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waharachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This brother Ainar back with another lesson, and Lord willing is edifying. Okay, I'm going to go into Deuteronomy 30 a little bit, because the Lord has certain things that he does, okay, to show signs and to show his judgments on certain people, certain nations, or certain just to show his word coming to pass upon a certain people, or judgments on certain people. And we're no different. The Lord placed curses on his people. Why? For a marker, to let them know these curses that has fallen upon you, okay, are from the Most High, and you are the Most High's people. Just like he placed that mark on Cain, to let Cain know, and everybody else around Cain, to know that he is the wicked. Okay, and same thing with Esau. Esau has that mark, that translucent skin, that translucent covering, to let everybody know that he is the wicked. Okay, that marked. Okay, so it's no different for our people. Okay, Deuteronomy 30 and 1. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, the restoration promised. Okay, and it shall come to pass that when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, okay, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Lord thy power have driven thee. Okay, so one sign, okay, that you are the Lord's people, is that he caused you to be scattered among all people. Okay, and to this day you can find Jake all four corners of the earth, okay, among all peoples, okay, whether it be Moab, okay, or Ammon, or Ham, or Japhet, because I believe some of the Ephraimites are mingled among Japhet. You see, look at what's his name, Rock, the Rock, so some of our people are mingled among the other nations too, man. It says, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations. Okay, so you're going to recount the things that the Lord pronounced against you, okay, amongst these other nations, and those are going to be the markers that let you know that you're probably an Israelite, right? Verse 2, it says, and shall return unto the Lord thy power. Okay, and when you remember these things, you're going to recall to yourself, damn, this is what the Lord pronounced against us. Okay, that we're going to be bywords. Okay, and all these things that's going to happen to you, okay, concerning the curses in Deuteronomy 32. Okay, it's going to is going to help you find your way back to the Most High. Okay? It's supposed to help you find your way back to the Most High, not become more hard-hearted to go down that road to serving, different idols, okay, and following after these nations and their customs. Okay? It says, and return unto the Lord thy power, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day. Okay? And the ones that's going to obey and return to the voice of their power in this time, in this rulership, is the elect of Israel, Bayah Dawadah. Okay, the house of David. Okay, those are the children that's going to perk up their ear and come on back to the Lord, man. It says in the and thou shalt return unto the Lord thy power, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart and with all thy soul. Okay, scriptures say, love the Lord with all thy heart, all thy mind, all thy soul, right? Or free paraphrasing. Okay, it says, then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity. Okay, that's another clue. You're in captivity, okay, by other nations. And all of Israel, both northern and southern kingdom, are in captivity right now. So that's another clue. Okay, when you have to pay tribute and you have to go to work, enslave, because contrary to what a lot of people think, when you're the working class, you are the slaves. When you gotta wait paycheck to paycheck, barely scraping by, you are the slave. Okay, when people lend to you, you are the slave. You don't lend to them, they lend to you. And when you don't pay, they take what you purchased and call it theirs for collateral, man. You are the working class, which means you are a slave. You pay taxes, tribute. You're tributary. Okay? It says, and will return and gather thee. Okay, Salaki, let me go back up. That then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity, meaning the Lord will turn your captivity around, okay, ransom you, okay, and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is going to gather thee from all the nations that he scattered you from. You're not going to board no plane or get on no boat, or get chartered into the land that, the Lord gave your forefathers. It's not going to happen like that. The Lord will gather thee. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua will gather you, okay, under his wings. Okay? It says, whether the Lord thy power has scattered thee. Right. Just like I said, he scattered you, so he's going to gather you. Okay? It says, if any of thine be driven out unto the outer parts of heaven, okay, the four corners of the earth, the far reaches of earth, any country, okay, from thence will the Lord thy power gather thee. Okay, if there's elect from, in Malaysia, the Lord will gather you there. But the bulk of Israelites, the bulk of the elect period, is here in Babylon the Great, okay, where the word started to go forth. Not to say that there's no elect any of those places, but the majority, the bulk of the elect is going to come from Babylon the Great, where the great deliverance will be. Okay, it says, from thence will the Lord thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Okay, it says, and the Lord thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. Okay, he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. Okay, so the old kingdom of southern kingdom and Israel as a whole, just imagine us being in a kingdom that is more glorious, okay, than when King Solomon was ruling. Okay, more glorious than King Solomon. And King Solomon's rule was glorious, man. Okay, treasure and order, peace. This is what we got to look forward to, man. Okay, it says, and the Lord thy power will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. Okay, everyone, every last one of our family members, all Israelites, from the greatest to the smallest, okay, is going to know the Lord, okay, and serve him perfectly. Many Yahweh Shais, man. Okay, it says, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Right? So all our enemies are going to get the recompense for all the persecution that they did to us. Specifically, especially, none other than Esau Edom, the so-called white man, okay, that have persecuted our people. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that he has stolen from, raped, murdered, lied, and killed for generations. The Lord is going to recompense him for all that he's done. Okay? On your behalf. And I'm looking forward to that, man. But yeah, man, it's just a quick exhortation through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next time, say Shalom.